Hello guys, what's up? This is Murtaza. Welcome back to Coder's Journey. In this episode, I want to talk about callback function, right? And I have other playlists here on my channel about, callbacks, about asynchronous programming in JavaScript. So you can use those videos as well. But in this video specifically, I want to talk about callbacks in jQuery and how they can be useful, right? So callback basically, right, is a function that will be called, right, within another function, right? So suppose you have a function which takes in the name of another function as an input parameter, and within the body of the outer function, you are able to call the function that you have received as an input parameter. So this is very useful in different scenarios. For example, one of the ways, right, to use callbacks in JavaScript is to use the setTimeout method, right? So setTimeout will receive a function as a parameter, and after a certain period of time, it will invoke that method, right, that function. So in this video, let's go over an example where something bad will happen if we do not use callbacks, right? And then we will see how we can resolve this situation using callbacks. So suppose here in this simple file, right, episode 11, right, I have my style from the previous video. I have my script tag, right? I have an h1 element and a button element, right? And basically what I want to do here is to first off go and select the button. So in order to select my button, I'm going to say button 1, right? And then I want to handle the click event of my button using a function, of course, right? And within the function, what I want to do is to select that heading tag. So it is called h1. The ID is the same as the element name itself. So I can go with h1, for example. And then I'm going to say hide. And you remember that with hide, we are able to, put in the number of milliseconds, right, that this hide function will last. So I'm going to hide my h1 in 1000 milliseconds, right? So 1 second actually. And then I'm going to say alert, right? And I'm going to say now the paragraph is hidden. I'm gonna press Ctrl S, then go here, refresh, and what I want to do basically is to first hide the h1, right? And then after it is completely hidden, I want to show my alert, right? So basically we all know that the code, right, in JavaScript, the lines of our code is executed one after the other, right? So in order. So first this line of code will execute, then this line of code, and so on. So as I told you, the requirement is simple. I want to first hide the h1 completely, and then when it is completely hidden, I want to show this alert. Now let's go here, refresh, and click. So you see, before the h1 is completely hidden, right, the alert is shown, which is not what I want. So as I told you, I want to first completely hide the h1 and then show the alert. If you remember from the previous videos, I told you that these methods, like for example hide, show, slide, and so on, all accept a second optional parameter, which is that callback, right? So basically it means that you can pass another function to the signature or to the hide method or function, and then within that hide function you can invoke that callback function. So in our case, our callback function, of course, is this alert, because we want to first hide the element, and after the process of this function is completely done, is completely finished, we want to call back with this. So remember, callback functions allow us to run a piece of code after something is completely done or within the body of another function. So in this case, we can run a function with this body only after the element is completely hidden. So in order to do that, I told you that these methods receive another, let's say, optional parameter, which is the callback. So basically, I am going to say, okay, I want to have a function as the callback, and here I want to run this piece of code, right? So basically, I am going to say hide this element. Let's put slow here. I'm going to say hide this element, and only after it is completely hidden, run this piece of code, which is a function that is going to show an alert, right? I'm going to press Control S. I'm going to go to the browser, refresh, and then click. And as you can see, only after the heading is completely hidden, I will receive my alert. This is in contrast with what happened before using this syntax. I told you that the lines of code are executed one after the other, but without using callbacks, right? Before the element is completely hidden, the next line of code, which was showing this alert, will execute, which is something we don't want. We want to show the alert only after the element is completely hidden, and we can achieve that using callbacks. So callbacks are, a vast topic. There are many usages, many, scenarios in which you can take advantage of callbacks. This is one of the simplest ones, and I recommend that you watch the other playlists I have here on a coder journey about callbacks, about asynchronous programming with JavaScript, about promises even, right? They are somehow related in a sense. And that's it. I'm gonna wrap up this video, and I hope you enjoyed watching it. If that's the case, don't forget to give it a like, share it with a friend, and subscribe so that you do not miss the next episode.